episode of the Free PMS Ladies Podcast Show.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, whatever. Okay, so
wow.
Let's just jump straight into it. So for all of you people who are listening who are in the UK, we've got a show, Britain's Got Talent. I know America have got another version, but last week's episode of Britain's Got Talent, Ashley Banjo sat in for, I think, Simon. I think Simon's had a surgery after having a bike accident. Oh, well.
Yeah.
So Ashley sat in as a judge. And then afterwards, him and his group, Diversity, they won Britain's Got Talent when it was first. I think they were one of the first winners, I think, of one of the first
I think they beat Susan Boyle, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
So when that hype was there, between Susan and Diversity,
So they did a dance all around Black Lives Matter. So I think at the time, everyone was praising them. And then shortly thereafter, all the racists came out of their box and started complaining to Ofcom. From what I've read, it's been it's the second biggest complaint of the decade about just like a moment on TV. So they're all complaining. Ofcom are waiting to decide if it's going to put a full investigation. I don't know what they're investigating.
What are you investigating?
Apparently they're having a look into their rules and regulations to see if it's something that they can potentially investigate and take further. Again,
it's done.
Thank you. I don't
What's
know
the point? It's done.
It's going to go from there. But okay, I'm just relaying the information that I've gotten from the news. And the Diversity boys have had an influx of complaints and, getting badgered and trolled online over this. All the racists have called their other racist friends and family members to start doing what they do, hiding behind their computers and their phones and trolling. And it's become a real big deal. Now, I've only seen a part of the performance. I don't actually have to see the performance to know that this is some bullshit. It's one thing when Black people complain about the way things have been for years and years and years, and actually nobody cares. And then, all the racists come out because, they've decided they're going to, with their no-life selves, be sitting at home watching Britain's Got Talent. And instead of just seeing it and just changing the channel, if you're upset, no, they want to watch the whole thing. And then behind closed doors, they're going to be calling Ofcom, giving fake names and all sorts of bullshit. It's nonsense. So before I say the next part of it, what do you girls think?
Well, I didn't get to see the show. I saw it. I saw highlights of it afterwards, and I thought, above all things to be complaining about, for goodness sake, I think people were like, oh, it's a family show. You don't want something so heavy and political or whatever on it. I'm like, look, this is just what's going on. This is what's affecting society. This is this is the moment. You know what I mean? Where your kids know about this, sort of thing. And I was not offended, to be honest. I thought it was a really pretty good show. Do you know what I mean? It just delivered the message home, recap on the awareness sort of thing like that. Yeah. So I was not bothered by it. And what do you call it? So, but I hear people saying that, okay, Black Lives Matter, because I guess some people are like, okay, it's good to raise awareness of what's going on. But for the Black Lives Matter, because some people, I think we might have touched upon it before, like some people don't really believe or stand for everything Black Lives Matter stands for, do you know what I mean? Or not with it, do you know what I mean? Kind of thing like that, So, including, our own ethnic groups, kind of thing like that. So I think some people were a bit against that aspect of it. But all in all, I just thought they're raising awareness. Come on. It's only, 15 or less than 15 minutes performance? Get over it. They didn't come up there with guns and bang, bang, bang and, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But, yeah, I don't understand it. Anyway, that's my view.
New Nick?
I think it's pathetic that people have the time to send in complaints about something that, one, if it does offend you, like you said, switch the channel. And number two, it's a movement. At the end of the day, it was a piece of art. It told a story, and had it been a competition piece, they probably still would have probably even liked it then. But the fact that it's getting you lots back up is just showing how pathetic you really, truly are. Because when they were doing all the other pieces, like you said, Snoop, they didn't mind that. But now pieces of Black Lives Matter, it's probably working for the police as well, or putting your knee on people. So that's why you want to do that.
Okay, so not moving on from that, but what's trending at the moment is Alesha Dixson's response. So obviously she has had Ashley Banjo's back on this. It's something that she feels really, really passionate about. And ITV have been contemplating as to whether they should issue out a public apology. And Alesha has said, if ITV, put out a public apology, she's going to start rethinking as to whether she should be a part of the show. Allegedly. So, and that is part of the reason why they haven't issued one just yet, because I don't think they're in a position to, they're in two minds.
Lose another prominent judge, yeah.
And I'm so glad that Alesha Dixson, and I love Alesha, but despite her, whatever's going on with her music career, because it seems non-existent, this, I guess, is one of her biggest paid jobs. I know she's got another job on The Greatest Dancer. I think she's a host on that.
Yeah.
But she's prepared to walk away. And I'm like, yes, what kind of nonsense is this? And obviously, she's half white. Ashley Banjo is half white. So, but this is still something that obviously affects them. And I'm glad that she's taken a stand. So she's trending at the moment right now, because she said, anyone who's got a problem, this is a direct quote, Alesha Dixson, anyone who's got a problem can kiss her black ass. And I said, nice. I like that quote. So yeah, so that's on that. So Alesha, we support you. I've tweeted about it. We
Ashley, you did a good thing. It was a good show. Yeah. I'm not, don't be sorry for nothing. It's what's done is done.
Exactly.
And there's a lot more for the UK to be sorry for than that.
Exactly.
So
and
that's what I'm saying.
Is, anytime black people are doing anything good, it always gets those who are racist, always gets their back up. So then they're claiming off, they're usually those ones who are sitting around claiming benefits, benefits that black people have helped. So black people who are helping them support their lifestyle to sit at home and do jack shit, but sit and hate people. We're the ones here supporting you. You don't mind that, do you? Anytime black people are trying to do anything and trying to create awareness or trying to do anything good, they're always going to be unhappy because they want to keep us in a state of suppression. Well, sorry, bitch, it ain't going to happen. Okay, that's
Girl.
Okay. That's my standpoint on that. And now on to more lighter news. Love Island USA started this week. Now, obviously, but a lot of our fans are Love Island followers. Obviously, all the other regions, Australia do it, USA do it. It's never going to be as good as the originators.
British one. Yep.
But hey, so all of these people, please don't worry. They've all been in quarantine. They've all had several rounds of COVID testings, and they are clean from what I know of. So it's been done at some kind of resort, I think, in Las Vegas.
Vegas, yeah.
The island theme, but it's Las Vegas. It's not an island. But anyway, still the same kind of premise, all hotties, trying to get with one another and trying not to get kicked off the show. So, let's think. So what's happened now? A lot of people obviously are coupled up. People are establishing who they want to be with. The main kind of storyline was with a girl called Justine. So Justine seems like, she's the black girl. So it's the same old typical. She's like, she's almost a bit like, what's the other one? What's the ones? Let's name them. All the other black girls, the British black girls. What's that one what are their names?
I know what the
Your one day. Yeah.
What was the other one?
Priscilla.
No. I won't exactly include her in it.
No. Like the original that got this for someone else kind of thing. Yeah. But anyway, yes.
I can't remember her name, but you don't know the same old story. Yeah. Black girl. It's the same. None of them step forward for her. Kind of. She gets kind of friend zone and stuck with a guy called Jeremiah, black guy who's in. So she gets stuck with him. Funnily enough, another black girl comes in, and Jeremiah clicks with that black girl. Can't remember her name, what her name is. I actually don't care what her name is because I don't think she's as pretty as Justine. But hey, so then Justine starts developing a friendship with a guy called Trey, and Trey is another black guy, but he's very playerish. But he has some kind of a connection with Justine, which is really, really nice, And he did kind of apologize for kind of not you know, kind of warming to her like initially. So yeah, what is it? So Trey basically had the choice between her and another girl called Caitlin. Now, it was very clear that Caitlin, he was very sexually attracted to
physically, yeah, that was it.
But
yeah,
there was no, you know, there was no
depth in it or anything.
Yeah, everything was a chat. I was like, what's going on here? But
I find it weird that all the guys, I mean, maybe because I'm not a guy, sorry to interrupt you, that all the guys said, oh, she's really hot, she's really, you know, and I'm looking at her like, where? Do you know what I mean? I was like, not to bash another woman or anything, but you know the way they're making it seem. I'm like, gosh, the other girls here are much more cuter than this. You know what I mean? I didn't understand it.
But yeah,
thankfully,
in the end, when Trey had a choice, he chose Justine and Caitlin left the house. So I'm just going to now talk about all this. So that was the main story. Everyone wanted to know about those two.
Okay.
We have other couples, Moira and James. James is very...
Now that is a story going on.
Yeah. James is very into Moira. Moira likes him, but she's a little bit more
initially
on the reserve side. A little bit more on the reserve side, and he's a little bit more like let's go kind of thing. And I think she's a lot more hesitant. So recently we had two new boys who are about to enter the house, and she was selected for a date by one of them, and she kind of gels a bit more with that guy. So we're going to see some conflicts between that kind of love triangle in like next week's round of episodes. I didn't get to see yesterday's one, so
they've done it.
So they have. So there's
yeah. So she's really, you know, he's basically he's the ick. You know, if everyone remembers that of, you know, Michael and, you know, I can't remember her name, who was giving Michael the ick. So he's now ick. So she's tried to like let him down a little bit, like let me figure this out kind of thing. And he's just being really, really clingy and pushy, which kind of like repelled her. And she's just like, you just don't get it. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. And honestly, for me too, I was just like, oh boy, you really need to step down right now because you're just too strong on her, you know. And it was unattractive. Basically, she's over and done with him, basically. And he's the kind of guy who's in the limit like, what have I done? What am I at fault? Why am I the bad guy? Do you know what I mean? He just doesn't get it. Like, I think he lacks that kind of people skill, you know, where they just can't read the signs. Do you know what I mean? And all the other boys got it, but he didn't, you know, and it was just so frustrating. And it made him look, I'm like, yeah, you're the next one out of the island. Yeah, you're gone. You know what I mean? You're gone. So, yeah, they did that.
Okay. So we also have another couple, Mackenzie and Connor. So Mackenzie's like the blonde, you know, typical blonde bombshell. Connor is really, he's a sweet guy. He hasn't slept with a lot of girls. He's very, you know.
He claims.
Yeah, that's true. So, exactly. But I can kind of tell he's kind of a bit of a shy guy. He's very into her, but not in a too much of an overwhelming, you know, type thing. He still kind of seems like he's learning about how to be in relationships, but he comes across as a sweet guy, and they seem like a strong couple at the moment. Then we've got a guy called Carrington. Carrington is with a girl called, I think her name is it Kira or another K, but he's with another new girl. He's really into her, but again, a lot of the new guys that have come in are really kind of going towards her, and she seems like the kind of girl that has kind of got shiny ball syndrome. Whoever she kind of likes at that moment is that guy. The minute another shiny ball is presented to her, she likes to go with that. That's what it looks like. So Carrington is a bit worried that he's probably going to lose her. He's trying to front, but I mean, we all know what the deal is. So there's also a Latina girl called Sally. Sally is with another guy. I don't know if you can remember his name, Snoop. I don't know if his name's Mike. Johnny. Yeah, really good, like attractive guy. I actually like those two.
I like him.
Very playful. They even made up like a handshake. It was so cute when they were like doing it. But they also seem like a very, very strong couple at the moment. Obviously, this is just week one. As you know, anything and everything can happen as more people enter the house. But you know, so far, so good. You know, we're going to keep, obviously, this is going to be the place to be for all updates on Love Island USA as we wait eagerly in anticipation for Love Island UK.
Please bring it back, please.
Yes. So we're going to now just move on from that. Snoop, if you can bring us up to date with the latest.
The major thing that's just going on is the Kardashians are now ended the show Keeping Up the Kardashians as now the show's Keeping Up the Kardashians has now ended, and you know, they brought out a statement early on this week to say, you know, it comes with, you know, a great and overwhelming heart, you know, that they like ending the show, blah 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 blah.
Got the statement.
Oh, please read it out.
I'll read it. Okay, for those who cannot read or who have not you can see the comments, it is, to our amazing fans, it is with a heavy heart.
Oh, that's why.
Heavy hearts, yeah, that we've made the difficult decision as a family to say goodbye to Keeping Up with the Kardashians. After what will be 14 years, 20 seasons, hundreds of episodes.
They just had to bring that out there, innit?
Numerous spin-off shows. We are beyond grateful to all of you who've watched us for all these years, through the good times, the bad times, the happiness, the tears, and the many relationships and children. We'll forever cherish the wonderful memories and countless people we've met along the way. Thank you to all the thousands of individuals and businesses that have been a part of this experience. And most importantly, a very special thank you to Ryan Seacrest for believing in us, E for being our partner and our production team who spent countless hours documenting our lives. Our last season will air early next year in 2021. We love you, Chris, Courtney, Kim, Chloe, Rob, Kendall, Kylie, and
girl, you do not have to do them this justice. Like, just give us a little cat.
Sorry. So
like you're from their press office or something. Like,
I think she works for them, Snoop. Seriously.
I wish, and if I was, you could be friends with you, girl.
My little thing and move on from the Kardashian. I don't want to keep up with them. Move on.
Sorry about that, but
yeah. So obviously, there's different speculation as to why. Obviously, the main thing is that, you know, we can see a lot of dramas going on within the family anyway, and I think maybe, you know, you learned that not everything needs to be exposed. You know what I'm saying, kind of thing. So, you know, we saw the drama with Kim and her husband, Kanye. Do you know what I mean? So maybe they don't want a lot of that to come on. Do you get what I'm saying, sort of thing? Yeah. And also, you know, where people are saying where there's social media and where you can just click onto Instagram or whatever and instantly find out what these girls are doing because they post all the time. Do you really need to wait for a show to you know, see what the Kardashians are doing? You know, if anything, it's more of a recap because, you know, Instagram is the real keep up with the Kardashians. So that sort of thing. Yeah. And obviously ratings as well. Although they do really quite well and like they've had lots of different spin-off, people are still interested in them. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, you know, better to go on a high than a low. Do you get what I'm saying? So different reasons as to, there's not one substantial statement out there as to why, you know, and it's not anything to do with E. It's not E that cut them or anything like that. It's actually the Kardashians' decision.
From what I know, I think Robbie's going to join this last season. I think he's about to join. And after the statement came out, Courtney went, I'm just going to digest this information before I say anything. I was thinking, digest? What? You thank you statement. So, and you didn't want to be a part of it. I think the next season, she's not even going to be a part of it. So I was thinking, what do you mean digest? What are you digesting? I'm sorry, you didn't want to be a part of it. So I was a bit confused about when I heard that, but I thought, okay, whatever. Whew!
But yeah, so that's coming into it then. But I'm sure it's not going to be the last time we're going to see them. Honestly, I'm probably going to be a granny still hearing about the Kardashians. So yeah.
Just lastly on that point, before we move on to TV shows with New Year Nick, someone told me that, you know, Kim's been saying, oh, you know, the show made me. Someone went, no, wasn't it the sex tape with you and Ray J that made?
That made it. Yes.
Let's not forget. Wow. I laughed. Anyway, a little bit like humor. Okay, so
the people will always remind you where you came from. You might forget, but we won't forget.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, New Year Nick, take us through TV shows.
Well, Power 2 is back this week. So those of you who are Power fans, we know that it finished with James Patrick being killed, and we found out it was his son's
baby. Yeah.
What, the son killed him?
So, yeah, it was the son.
His son killed him, yes.
Yeah. With the help of the mum, obviously, but...
the child.
So the mum helped, and then obviously she took the fall for it when they were like, who killed the dad? So to take that attention away from the son, she basically said, I did it, right? So season 2 opens with her being in jail. She's like told Tyreek to go to university because obviously if he gets a great job, he can save all of them, like her mum included, and his little sister.
But he doesn't get his entire wealth until he finished graduates, because that's what his dad has put down, that until you graduate and stuff, you don't get everything, you know, you won't. Anyway,
you won't inherit your your legacy. That's why Snoop. And I can imagine as well there might be a little twist with that one. You imagine like he graduates and there's no money, but anyway. So I'm just saying. So yeah, so it starts with season 2. Like Tasha's like in jail. She's got this excellent attorney who's through Sachs, who was a ex FBI, ex mashup person. He's got her a really great attorney trying to get her a deal to get her off and everything like that. Tyreek is now in uni, but he's still kind of holding behind, and he's trying to hustle a little bit as well to get money. So it's basically just centered around their family right now. But they've introduced, is it Method Man, I believe?
Yes,
as an attorney, and it's got Method Man, and they've got Mary J. Blige coming in as like a new queen gangster lady, and her son's like her junior gangster lady, like a better version of Tasha and Tyreek, basically. Mary J. Blige looks excellent. The son that she's got playing with, like acting with her, he used to be in this film called New Edition. So if you watch it, you'll recognise his face from that. Right. And it's just completely making it seem like this is going to be a great season, because I was skeptical. I was like, oh, Power number 2 with that James Patrick, you're not joking right now. And right now there's no Tommy. But so far, so good. So if you get a chance, definitely watch it.
Nice.
Yeah, and then as for films, I haven't watched any films yet, but I did see an advert for the last installation of the X-Men franchise. It's the 13th film, and it's the final film for The Last Mutant, and it's set in like a psychiatric hospital, and all of the mutants are just completely crazy and killing each other in like some weird thriller type of way, and that's out in the next few weeks. So I'll be watching that when that one comes out. But I don't scare myself. I have to watch it during the day because I get quite scared of certain things. But that's the last one.
Okay, I'm gonna watch the advert for that. Okay. Nick, any more?
I can't wait for that. That's brilliant.
No. That's
Okay.
it for now, guys.
Well, we have to touch on this. I mean, this part is the most important, one of the most, other than the Black Lives Matter talk, is the most important thing for this episode. Chocolate City, the chocolate.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Now, Channel 4, God bless you. Channel 4, ladies, you have to remind me. I mean, I was so mind blown. I can't remember what day it was this week. Was it Tuesday?
I think it was on Thursday.
Thursday. Okay, Thursday.
I couldn't watch it, so I know it's Thursday.
Don't worry, it's Snoop. I saved it. I got it. I took it out my delete. I got it. Okay. So the chocolate men, it was called the Black Full Monty. It was on Thursday, Channel 4. Thursday, Channel 4. It was called the Black Full Monty at 10 p.m. Now, me and New Year Nick were doing our research. We only did it for the fans. Okay, I just wanted to be said. It was only for the fans. Now, my good friend Snoop said during that show, between me and New Year Nick, there was almost 109 messages that had gone back and forth. Now, it was so funny and entertaining. Now, we as a group we have done our research again for the fans, not for our own personal entertainment or enjoyment, for you guys. Yeah. We went to go see the Chocolate Men in action. And guys, it is an experience that cannot be described. You have to go and see for yourself. But if you want to know about the species of women, you will see some real animalistic behavior, because they are worse than a group of men. They are worse than a group of men at a strip joint. These women are savage. This was like the jungle. Anyway, we recognised a lot of the strippers from the show, and a lot of them, unfortunately, I mean, a lot of them are good looking, but unfortunately, when they open their mouths, all sorts of accents were coming out, and it didn't, you know, it kind of killed the fantasy for me. I thought, just shut the hell up, because you look better than you sound. So just please. Anyway, we met the creators. They were already involved in different strip shows where it was mainly predominantly white men, but the most popular ones would be the one black man that might be in the show. So they just decided to use their brain and did an all black male, you know, show. And it was really, really good. You know, like they talked about, you know, how much the guys can earn and all sorts. And they specifically mainly focus on a guy called Black Magic. Now, the minute I saw his face, I don't even remember him from the show. I don't. And they said, you know, he's been making all sorts of mistakes and his performance has been very questionable. And they showed a scene where he tried to pick up a quite large lady. Now, and it didn't work. And the crowd booed him. Now, when I discussed this with my sister said, come on, even big girls need love. Now, listen, they do. But everyone knows, when you go to a job, you do a risk assessment. Okay, you know, there's things you can't do. And he should have risk assessed that and thought, no, I cannot carry someone twice my body or 3 times my body weight. I mean, come on, use your brain.
That's putting yourself out,
up
not being able to.
as well.
You know? Ridiculous. Then they were like,
end your career, mate.
You know, they were like, this is ridiculous, especially Black Magic. There's no magic going on, so it's just black. Guys, I could not stop laughing. I was laughing.
I'm so sorry.
Laughing my head off. They talked about one of their biggest fans, who's a 70-year-old woman who loves.
Really?
Yeah, she communicates all the time with the owners, and she herself says she loves black men. She's been married for a long time to a white man, and then she just decided to try something new and was into just, you know, started dating a black man and said, you know, she was being really loved by him. I think it's just the whole majority of their audience are white women, and it's just that whole black fantasy. You know, they all want to know about that black fantasy. Oh, black men have got big, you know whats. And I can't honestly vouch and say that is the case for all black men. Obviously, it's not. But majority of them, there's probably some truth to that. So, but the show was really, really good. I started tweeting about it. I was laughing like a hyena, you know, throughout the show. It was a shame that it was only a 1 hour, one-off show. They should really try and make a series out of it, because it was really, really interesting. And obviously, I'm sure there's plenty of shows like that in America, but for Britain, they're the only one in that lane. And obviously they're making a lot of money. They're making anything up to 6,000. This is the only owners, £6,000 a night. And obviously they're getting loads of ticket sales. They're saying social media has really pushed it, and now they're branching out into like calendars and merchandise and all sorts of things. So obviously we want to wish the Chocolate Men, you know, good luck, success, and plenty more shows. If you want to send our show some free tickets, we are more than happy to do an honest review of any up-and-coming show. We are available. Anytime. Auditions, and you guys are not available to hold. We are there to give an objective and professional opinion. You know, no problem. Just please contact us. Okay. So, guys, we've come to the end of the show. Please contact us on IG, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Email us at freepms.ladies@gmail.com. You can listen to the show on on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Podbean, on Spotify. I am your girl, Queen P.
I am Snoop.
I'm Nick.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.